3, 2, 1, we are live.
Hi Tess, Robert Charles here. For anyone who just first time tuning into the podcast, I'm a sports spokesman for the club. I've been for 40 years now. Started off as a season ticket holder, moved my way up. Obviously Tess, you run the media team.
That's it, yeah. Obviously a lot of work involved with the media team. We're gonna move to today's performance. So the what's happened this Sunday, for those of you that don't know, we had a team. We was booked to play Hawthorns. They have pulled out of the game, and I believe the league. Have they pulled out of the league?
Administration, I believe, and things are on the club. So we decided to the club decided to have a match between the reserves and the first team.
Yep. So we had the inter-squad friendly with Trowsdale managing obviously the first team, and originally Stoney, I believe Adam Stone, he came up for the reserves, and then I think Nathan Mellors stood on the sideline for the reserves.
Nathan Mellors was managing for the reserves, and we'll get the result out of the way. Firstly, 5-2 to the reserves. It's not looking good for the gaffers, really. I mean, he's got to start delving into reserves.
He spent big money on this first 11. He spent big money on the players in there. You look at the lineup. You've got players. You've got Kizza Chamberlain. You've got Ryan Keeley. You've got Daz Seagrave. You're expecting goals.
Yeah. I just want to quickly address Tess for the listeners. We did just see, didn't we? Takeover talks from Tony Sheik Daniels.
We did, yes.
And we've seen him putting pen to paper with Mark Trowsdale. Taking over the club, so a lot of fans are going to be thinking now, where does this take us moving forward? We know there's money in the bank there. We know that the money's there for transfers and wages. So hopefully things can start improving.
Yes, we do have a few interviews to get out of the way. Our plan is to sort of keep this podcast down to a 10-minute sort of barrier. Try and get everything out of the way. If we can't fit everything into that 10 minutes, don't worry. There will be exclusives afterwards. If we get phone-ins.
We always try at the media team try and get phone-ins and that sort of thing for players.
Yeah. So we could have phone-ins. We could get the new owners on the podcast. So. Yeah.
So Tess, I've just seen the skipper Nathan Johnson. Want to get him on the podcast. We don't want to hear a lot from the skipper.
We don't.
I want to see I'd like to hear what happens. What's been filtered down from the top.
So let's see if we can get a few words from him. Nathan Johnson.
Hi Nathan, this is Robert Charles here. You know me by now. 40 years at the sports spokesman of the club.
Joined by Tess, Tickles. It's great to have you on the podcast. We've just got a few questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So,
Nathan, I'd just like to get some words really. I want to know. Obviously, it's not the secret. It's all over social media. The manager is under pressure massively. It's in the news, and also I'd just like to get want to get an insight into what's been filtered down from the top.
From the top or from the team?
From the top. Obviously, you're the captain, so you must know a bit more than the rest of the players.
So what are you talking the top? We're getting
what's being filtered down? We have just addressed that briefly. Can you give us any more insight on that?
Well, all I know is that there's a possibility there's some new ownership coming in, a lot more money.
Yeah,
like billions.
We did get a slight peek into papers being signed. It looked like very formal talks.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know, but. All I know is that show me the money. That's all I've heard.
We like to talk straight to the point on the podcast. And also, do you think the gaffer's got to go?
No.
Do you believe under this new ownership the gaffer's job is still on the line, or do you think they will back the manager 100%?
I'd say we'll all get new contracts with a lot more money, so I'm happy.
But does it now? Well, does it not reflect the fact the reserves won today 5-2? It's not even just a slight win; it's a thumping.
What were the reserves there? Was it? Well, you had Sam Bentley in there, who's a first-team player.
I can only say what I've been told by my sources. Obviously, behind closed doors, we didn't get to see the game. So we're behind closed doors. This is why I'm asking.
No, you had a lot of first-teamers in that reserve team today, so it wasn't really a reserve team, it was just a mix.
Right, okay, so he's trying something different then. Is that what we're saying?
He's just trying to get confidence up, isn't he?
Would you say you tried to integrate the team as well? Try and get the players that don't play playing with the first team, see how they'd sort of slot in.
Yeah, maybe it's good because you had the return of Rob Wagstaff, who came off after 10 minutes with another injury. But
we did get an interview with him last week. He did mention the injuries, so is that still a recurring problem? Is it?
Well, yeah. He's just taking up all the funds in the medical team, to be fair. But that's been it. From what I've heard, that's what this new takeover's all about. They're putting a lot more money into the medical team.
Yeah.
So Rob will be all right.
He's got to go. Thank you, Nathan. Obviously, we don't get you on the podcast a lot. This is why we tried to get you on today. The exclusive from the captain. We don't hear a lot from the captains.
No.
We're all going to leave you there. Thank you for your thoughts. We're all going to move on to C12 now.
Thank you very much. We have just seen C12 down the hallway. C12, are you okay to answer some questions? Have you got some time?
Yep. Hi Tess. Hi Robert.
Hi C12. You know my favourite player. I've always rated you.
Appreciate it.
You know, when we bought you in for big money, I knew it was a good signing at the time. The manager's not using you though, is he?
No, as I keep saying, you know, when I first came to this club, I had the most outrageous minutes to goal ratio in world football.
Absolutely, I believe that. I
but
believe that as well.
I can't score from the sidelines. I don't know what I need to do to prove my worth anymore.
We have had sources from inside the club that you did score today in the Intersquad friendly. I know it's only a friendly, but I mean, still got the shooting boots on. Would you say you're trying to prove a point?
Yeah. Today, you know, I got a bit of game time. It was I've had a bit of a drought lately. Confidence has been low with the gaffer beating me down, wanting me to fail. So yeah, it was nice to get back into the goals today and prove that I have still got what it takes, even at my age.
C12, Robert Charles here. So you know, obviously, I've always backed you. I think you being on the bench is a catalyst to the manager's downfall at the minute. You know, it's absolute outrage the fact that you're not starting up front because you know you keep scoring goals, and when they're not doing it, why are you on the bench? And obviously, you know, playing in reserves today, the reserves versus the first team, scoring goals. Sorry, excuse me. We're scoring goals in the first team against the first team, should I say? Sorry, is that got to start giving the manager some food for thought, hasn't it?
It has definitely. I think looking at it, I think we've got our starting 11 for next week. You know, the guys in the reserves team, we had everything to play for. We wanted it more. We won every first and second ball, and we just wanted it. I think the team is easy next week. If he deviates from that, I think he's got to start looking at his own tactics and decisions. He's definitely on the chopping block.
What do you think about the new the new owners? Obviously, big money coming in. Is the manager going to start splashing the cash straight away and bringing in new signings?
I don't think the manager will be there for much longer to splash the cash. I think that they got the money to pump into the club, and I don't think they want to waste it on a second-grade manager.
So far it's been 50-50. We have spoken to club captain Nathan Johnson, and he said that he believes that the new owners will back the manager 100%. In your opinion, is that not the case?
In my opinion, I think the skipper needs to climb out.
Well, that's settled with that one then.
Yeah. Sorry, Tito, but let you get on with your day. We're going to move on to the potential new manager who is in there with the bookies. He's not the favourite, but he's up there. And he has had one game and one win.
100% record. 100% record, like Allardyce at England.
Yeah.
So
we had a word with Adam Stone.
Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
We have seen him. Adam Stone. Adam Stone, have you got time to answer some questions?
Go on then, quickly.
Press for time.
We all press for time, Adam. So just a few quick words. Do you believe you should have the job? We'd like to get straight to the point on the podcast.
Well, obviously my record speaks for itself, doesn't it? Played 1-1-1.
There has been rumours that you have been messaging Mark Trowsdale with derogatory comments and also with references to what he should be doing.
Do you think you could do a better job?
Yeah, because Trousers.
Well, yeah, of course could. Anyone could do a better job than him, couldn't they?
Went away from
you are his number two. So if there's diverse, okay, caretaker then. Caretaker. Sorry, my bad. But you know, if you're after the job and saying this about manager, what does that say about the team? Because
it's not stressing me, man.
We're meant to be together as a team and everyone's against each other at the minute. It seems like that.
Well, he's lost the dressing room, which is quite clear to see. His tactics are outdated.
It does look like he's lost the dressing room, I do agree.
His tactics are outdated.
You was there watching the game today. How do you feel the reserves did against the first team?
Oh, you could see the reserves are better than the first team, couldn't you? They wanted it more.
So you agree with C12's comments then?
Oh, absolutely. He knows his football, C12 does. Now, he come from abroad with a big pedigree, spent big money on him. He's still on sidelines every week.
Yeah, we just spent big money from Sao Paulo to bring him in.
Yeah. We had to get him a fake passport and all that.
Well, we might have to erase that one.
Yeah. We'll edit that out in the final.
We do like to be diverse on the podcast, and we're all 2021. So, Karen, can you have a few words, please, on the podcast? No.
We got C12 on the banana bit with Prince Pete, you know. You weren't so good, but...
yeah,
Prince Pete wasn't so good, but...
Prince Pete's career didn't really work out very well. It's probably better for him that he moved on.
But every now and then, you know, you find a gem, don't you?
Thank you for that, Adam Stone. We have got another 10-minute slot, but we're all going to try and squeeze in a couple more minutes. Just want to get an interview with the centre-back, Tom Asplin.
Tom Asplin. We have seen him. Let's see if we can get a few words out of him.
Go on. Hi Tom, Robert Charles here.
Tom Asplin, can we get a few words?
Yeah, no worries.
So, obviously, you was playing today for the first team against the reserves. How do you feel that went?
It could have been, first half, we were clinical. We were all there first half. Second half, we could have been better. I'm not doubting that at all. We could have been better second half. But you know what? I think we'll come together as a team and we will get there second half of the season.
Do you believe some of the reserves showed why they should be in the team today?
Yeah, you know what? I think give the lads a chance. At the end of the day, they proved it today, haven't they? You know what I mean?
I'd just like to say they didn't just win, they thumped you.
We are impartial on this podcast, but they did thump you.
I'm sorry, Tess, but sometimes my passion takes over.
How would you assess your performance as a back four against the reserves, having conceded 5 goals?
We did what we could. It's not just about the back four. We've got 11 men, haven't we? There's 11 men on the team. It's not just the back four.
Tom, I'd just like to inform you that we have had previous interviews today with C12 and the caretaker manager Adam Stone, who's also in the running for the job. Sound like a bit of a turncoat to me and a backstabber, but okay. And then also we've got, you know, we always like to try and get the gaffer on, but I think today's very busy because he's had obviously new takeover talks.
We did see I
just like to think, because we've had mixed opinions. We also had the captain on, Nathan Johnson, as well, and he was backing the manager, and other players would not back the manager. So where do you stand on that?
I think you've got to give him time.
So you're backing the manager?
You got to think, he took it over in our time, pandemic. He was there. He was there for the club in a difficult time. No one else was there for the club. Fans were dropping out. Attendance wasn't there. Weren't allowed fans there. And he's there. He's brought the club. He's resurrected it.
I understand, Tom, but as a fan's point of view, you spend big money, comes big pressure.
Also, would you call it a resurrection? Because we did have a very good run before COVID, but we haven't won a game yet this season. I mean, I'm
it's
not
more
sure
like death than a resurrection.
I was going to say, I wouldn't describe that as a resurrection. Would you say the new owners are going to back the manager? This is a question we've asked everyone so far.
I think we need money. And now we've got money behind us. This is the first week. We haven't had money pumped in yet. We've got Carvery's promised to us.
Yeah, I think Carvery's a big thing for the players.
Yeah, it's all morale boost. So I think you got to give them time.
It just seems, as an outside point of view, as a lifelong fan, that you know. This turmoil in the club, as in not everyone's playing the same way, and that might be that problem.
If it was up to me, I think the only thing that's wrong is we need Rob Fell back as the chief financial advisor for the club.
I totally agree there, because money was
great with money. He was great.
Money's falling through the fingers at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's talk of the club being in debt, going into administration.
No money's accounted for. There's no accounts being done. Whereas Rob Fale, week in week out,
he was all over the money.
Yeah, he knew where the money was.
Yeah, he knew better than anyone where that money was.
Yeah, exactly.
That is very true. Yes.
So I mean, if it was up to me,
some people would say Rob Fale was running the club a bit like a Mike Ashley, but he spent the money where he needed to spend it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry. Thanks for your interview, Tom.
No worries
nice
at all.
Very much. We just want to get a quick word from the gaffer. We're running out of time. Gaffer?
No. Have a word?
Robert Trowsdale.
Have you got time to answer a few questions?
No, not today.
There's been big talk at Takeover. Can you comment?
No.
No comments.
Silence from the board.
But that shows everything, really, doesn't it? You're not willing to talk to
It'll
the
be
fans.
announced in the coming days
You're not willing to talk to any
on the
any
Reindeer
fans.
official Twitter.
How do you feel the behind closed doors game went today? Bearing in mind the reserves thumped the first team.
Who played for the reserves? If the reserves,
I don't know. It was behind closed doors. We didn't see.
It was a first team player.
It was behind closed doors. We didn't see. So we'd like some insight in that.
Sam Benton played fullback out for me.
Oh, we just had word from catching Nathan Johnson there that Tom Benton did play fullback, which again is an absolute farce. It's always been a farce. The club's literally farces. In fact, actually, I'd just like to put out on the podcast as well. I had rumours, not rumours, I had a message from the midfielder Aaron Cook that actually the kit was in disgusting state, hadn't been washed. Kit man had gone AWOL. And obviously, you know, we need to just reiterate Tom Asplin's comments. We need Rob Fairback to put the money where the money needs to be spent. Because why are we not getting kits washed? I mean, that's disgusting. We're a professional club. Professional club run by idiots.
I think that should conclude the podcast. We can't get very many more words out of the gaffer.
No.
We've had a few interviews. Passion has taken over this podcast, and in the future, I'm hoping. I'm hoping we can sort this club out.
Yeah, because that's the last thing, Tess. We run this podcast because we love the club. We love the club.
Look, things are looking up now. We've got new ownership.
Nathan Johnson saying we have got new ownership. We can confirm we've got new ownership. We can confirm that.
The gaffer refused to comment.
We can confirm that. The captain has just told us. Exclusive.
We have a leak on the training.
You heard it here first. Exclusive on the Reindeer podcast. It's from Qatar. There's a lot of money involved. Anyway,
thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tess. Always a pleasure, never a chore.
And see you next week.
Yep, see you next week.